All of us have our dream cars, those vehicles we could only buy if we had all the money in the world. The priciest cars out there tend to not only be the coolest, but the rarest. These unique rides are almost impossible to find since most of them were built before the 21st century. That just makes them even more sought after. Rare cars can cost up to millions of dollars, but they are definitely worth it when you get behind the wheel. So, what makes these next 10 cars so rare? Why is everyone trying to get their hands on these sweet rides? Let's find out. Number 10. Jaguar XKSS. No one can resist a Jaguar, but this vehicle is unlike any other we have ever seen. When this ride was built in 1957, only 16 of its kind were released to the public. The owners of Jaguar originally created this car in hopes of spicing up their original Jaguar D-types. They had a couple dozen of them left, so they decided to remake the remaining D-types into full-out sports cars. Thus, the Jaguar XKSS was born. But construction was unexpectedly halted after a factory fire. Everything was destroyed except the 16 XKSSs that had already been made. Although the original cost of the car in 1957 was about $5,000, the price has skyrocketed since then. As of 2014, these bad boys are estimated to be worth over $30 million. Rumors have spread that Jaguar is planning on releasing a few extra of the XKSS cars to the public, which could potentially lower the price. Even if more of these supercars are made, they are still an extremely rare find that anyone would be lucky to snag. Of course, not anyone can afford that kind of price tag. Have you heard of this rare car? If so, leave a like. Number 9. Bugatti Royale Kellner Coupe. If you thought the Jaguar XKSS was a beauty, just wait until you see the Bugatti Royale Kellner Coupe. This car was created in 1931 strictly for the elite. With only 6 of these being produced by Bugatti, this is undeniably one of the rarest cars out there. Bugatti actually planned on making a few more at the time, but the economic depression completely stopped all production. Not only is this vehicle almost impossible to find, but it has one of the most massive set of wheels out there. The Royale Kellner Coupe is 21 feet long, with a powerful engine that can handle up to 300 horsepower. This car is definitely no joke, which is why it is also no small purchase. In 1987, one of the Royales sold for almost $10 million. That means it would cost about $20 million today. We feel pretty lucky that we could even find a picture of the Bugatti Royale Kellner Coupe. Number 8. Koenigsegg CC-XR Trevita. The creators of the Koenigsegg CC-XR Trevita knew that they wanted this to be ultra rare from the very beginning. 3 of them were supposed to be built all together, but only 1 of 2 were ever released. The company chose the Swedish word Trevita because it translates to 3 whites, the perfect way to describe the silver carbon fiber body of this incredible ride. With ceramic brakes and 1,018 horsepower, no one can deny that this vehicle is a beauty. One of these cars made its way across the United States when famous boxer Floyd Mayweather purchased the vehicle in 2015. Since the celebrity has a net worth of over $500 million, paying $4,800,000 for the Koenigsegg CC-XR Trevita was not a very extravagant purchase for him. Mayweather eventually decided to sell the car a few years later. Although no one is sure exactly how much Mayweather earned for this sale, we are pretty sure he pocketed a few million. Number 7. Aston Martin Bulldog. This next one is surely one of the more unique looking cars on our list. The Aston Martin Bulldog was first made back in 1979. Aston Martin wanted to make a vehicle unlike anything anyone had ever seen, and so the Bulldog was born. The angular features is something we just do not see in cars today, which is what makes this ride so different from the rest. The vehicle was originally named Project K901, inspired by the dog in the classic science fiction television series Doctor Who. After a while, the owners of Aston Martin decided the name just wasn't tough enough for this beast of a car and eventually renamed it the Bulldog. Everyone thought it was going to be a big success, but as the leadership at Aston Martin began to change, the project was forgotten. Only a single Aston Martin Bulldog was produced, but the car is believed to still be intact to this day. The vehicle was purchased in 2011 for a whopping $1,300,000. The new owner even decided to slap a fresh coat of green paint on this bad boy, making it look even more like some sort of intergalactic spaceship. Number 6. Ferrari 250 GT Spyder Convertible. The Ferrari 250 GT itself is not rare whatsoever, but only one Ferrari 250 GT Spyder convertible was ever released. This car is a little older than our last car on the list, featured during the New York Auto Show in April of 1956. During that same show, the car was purchased by the well-known car collector Robert M. Lee. Lee was lucky enough to buy the car from Enzo Ferrari himself, an Italian racer who founded the Scuderia Ferrari Grand Prix motor racing team. Although the vehicle was worth over $20,000 in 1956, Lee was able to snag the car for less than half of its price at $9,500. This was a total steal for Lee, but he made sure to keep the car in pristine condition for the entire 60 years that it was in his possession. Looks like Enzo Ferrari knew that he could trust Lee to take care of his supercar. Currently, as the absolute rarest Ferrari on the planet, the Ferrari 250 GT Spyder convertible is worth $10 million. Number 5. Talbot-Lago T26 Grand Sport. The Talbot-Lago T26 Grand Sport might be a little less rare than our previous Ferrari, but that doesn't make it any less incredible. When it was manufactured in 1949, it was believed to be the most powerful car in the world, with brake horsepower of 190 as well as a top speed of 125 miles per hour. Once the world watched French racing driver Louis Rosé ride the Talbot-Lago T26 Grand Sport to the finish line of the Le Mans 24-hour race in 1950, it became everyone's dream to own this sports car. Production only lasted until 1951, leaving 12 of these beauties available for purchase. Once the Talbot-Lago company was bought by Simca in 1958, this car went from rare to the rarest, since it became one of the last vehicles the corporation ever created. This car is estimated to cost about $2,500,000. Number 4. Packard Panther-Daytona Roadster. When the Packard Panther-Daytona Roadster was released in 1954, it definitely turned a lot of heads. The one-piece body was made entirely of fiberglass, which was seen as a very unconventional feature. Out of the 4 of these luxury vehicles that were built, only 2 of them remain in existence today. The car was originally named the Grey Wolf II, but the Packard company later changed it to the Panther as a tribute to the Packard racer of 1903. The car has 212 horsepower, not to mention its top speed of 131 miles per hour. Since 2006, when one of these roadsters was sold at auction for $360,000, the price has continued to skyrocket. Just a few years later, at the 2013 Barrett-Jackson auction, the vehicle was bought for $825,000. We are almost positive that this rare find has to be in the millions by now. Number 3. Porsche 916. The Porsche 916 is the rarest type of Porsche there is. First built in 1972, only 11 of its kind were finished. With a top speed of 145 miles per hour, it was the fastest Porsche available at the time. Out of all these ones created, one single version was shipped to the United States. After the company finalized the price tag at about $14,000, customers were not interested in something so expensive, so production was eventually halted. Although people back then were not interested in the Porsche 916, it has caught the eye of many who have visited the Automobile Atlanta Museum in Marietta, Georgia, where one remains on display. This car is clearly pretty rare, which is what makes it so expensive. Private buyers have purchased the car for about $3 million. We bet those customers in 1972 regret not getting this set of wheels when they had the chance. The next one is the oldest one on our list, making it even rarer. Number 2. Rolls-Royce 15 HP. It is pretty amazing that the Rolls-Royce 15 HP is still out there today, considering it was created way back in 1905. This vehicle is the second oldest Rolls-Royce that is in existence today, making it one of the rarest gems out there. After its big debut in the Paris Salon in 1904, a total of 6 HPs were produced and now only one remains. Although its top speed of 39 miles per hour may not seem like a lot when compared to our other previous race cars, that feature was pretty impressive to the public at the time of production. We cannot believe this car has remained intact after all these years. Car enthusiasts are not entirely sure what the Rolls-Royce HP would cost since it is such a vintage vehicle. Most estimates say that it has a price tag of about $35 million on it. If only the original creators could see it now. And at number 1, the rarest of them all, Maybach Exelaro. The Maybach Exelaro is the only one on our list that was created after the turn of the 21st century, yet it is still quite rare. The vehicle was originally built in 2005 for a German tire company known as PORSHE. Even though this one-of-a-kind beauty is now available for purchase, very few people can afford its price tag of $8 million. What makes this car truly rare? This car has a twin-turbo engine with 700 horsepower and a top speed of 218 miles per hour. Weighing in at almost 3 tons, you do not want to mess with whoever gets to be the next owner of this beast. The Maybach XLR had a potential buyer in 2011, the American rapper Brian Christopher Williams, more commonly known as Birdman. However, the artist could not pay for the car up front, so it's still up for grabs. You won't be able to find anything rarer than these unbelievable cars. Which one of them would you purchase if you had the money? Race down to the comments below and let us know. Whether they are old or new, these vehicles have some seriously insane features. We cannot even imagine how good it feels to sit behind the wheel of any one of them. There it is. That's our list of the 10 rarest cars in the world. Please do us a favor and smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. We are always creating great videos for our fans, so hit that notification bell and put it to all. That way you can be notified when we put out new content. Thanks for watching.